when you got to do a shit ton of time traveling in order to explain things.
And we kind of restarting it in a different universe.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Well, there have been talks already. I forgot who within Disney was like, that they were. Excuse me, sorry, I got like a piece of my chin hair in my mouth. They said they were kind of excited to be recasting Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you wonder if that means there will be as you said, as we were talking about, a reboot, relaunch, or whatever like that. I think if they went that route per se, I don't think they should necessarily do a reboot from the beginning. I think they should just kind of back it up a little bit to where the original trilogy was.
Yes.
The original trilogy wasn't great, but it laid good groundwork to work off of. It wasn't great.
Laid a good foundation.
It laid a good foundation. There was good stories there. I'm sorry, Bryan Singer is overrated, and Bryan Singer was not good for fucking X-Men. I'm saying it. Mm-hmm. Bryan Singer is over fucking rated.
Yes.
He wasn't the right one for that franchise. At all. But the stories were there. And the people that played those characters were solid. Ian McKellen was, though, older. People at first were like, oh, he's too old to be Magneto. But you had to look at it in the realistic sense. He was a child in World War I or II. World War II. Yeah. So, by the time that movie came out, that's about right. Yeah. That's about the right age that he would be. Mm-hmm. That's right. He's supposed to be lifelong friends with, Professor Xavier. Yes. Yeah, it's about right, and everything like that. So I think if they decided to back it up, they should go at least from that as the launching pad there. Now, the good thing too that they could do is they don't have to recast a Wolverine right away because Logan already opened up that window for X-23, and people loved the little girl in it. She was great, and you figure by the time they start rolling this out, she'll be a little older already. What is Logan's about 2 years old now at this point? Or getting close to?
Logan? Oh, 2 years? The movie.
Yeah, the movie
came out a year ago.
It came out a year ago, but now the movie came out. But think in terms of the filming was technically about 2 years ago now. So she's 2 years older now. So by the time they decide, okay, let's roll out an X-Men, well, hopefully someone is sitting at the table and goes, well, wait a minute, we don't really have to recast Wolverine. Let's get the little girl. She's older now, and she's X-23 because she is in the books the mantle of Wolverine and everything.
See, I think that's one definite good thing in Disney/Marvel acquiring all of that, because you got to admit, with the Disney Marvel stuff, they brought about characters that if you were just a very casual fan, you did not know about. Mm-hmm. Like, again, the Guardians of the Galaxy and the people that they brought in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. A lot of people didn't know, of a Scarlet Witch or Quicksilver. Some people knew, Thor, Cap, Iron Man. What?
Now, Ekin commented Spike as the new Nightcrawler, but in looking at Spike, not for nothing, work. You could be a Nightcrawler. That's something you should think about for Comic-Con.
All right.
I'll paint you blue.
Get you some elf ears.
I have elf ears.
And actually, Nightcrawler has been revamped, and people are loving his new look. For another tag. Yeah. But still.
As I was saying.
Yes.
So, again, in Disney taking the X-Men franchise, what I would like to see Disney do is bring about a different team of X-Men. Because you always go for the ones you know. We've already had a Storm, a Rogue, you've had your Cyclops. We've had that team already. And one thing Disney Marvel has always done is bring characters that you've only heard of, but haven't really bothered to maybe read or really get to know, and put them on the screen. And we have everybody we have now. So, bring about an X-23. Bring about a Jubilee. Dazzler.
Well, the girl that they used for Storm in the last one, people actually like. People like the last previous actress that played Storm.
Yes.
I don't think Olivia Munn got a good enough airtime, because Psylocke was used completely wrong in the last film. I think she looked great as Psylocke. It was just, she could only do what was in the script and the way it was written. I think they need to give her the role of Psylocke as Psylocke. Yeah. Let's see Psylocke the way it should be. Because I thought she looked great as it. She trained hard and everything like that. I would love to see it. But yeah, I mean, the X-Men universe is so broad. And then now also, let's not forget, Josh Brolin is Cable. And again, it falls into this whole next phase thing as well. Time travel, space, it's all in there.
Yeah.
You know? And then let's not forget, there's all those little other spawning off things. You've got X-Force, you've got, you know, and you've got different classes of the X-Force. You've got the regular X-Force, you've got the, you know, the dark X-Force.
Uncanny.
Uncanny X-Force. You've got so much, you know, and then on top, then you've got Alpha Flight, you know, which is the Canadian fucking mutant team. You know, you got Excalibur. You know, you got
the West Coast Avengers.
You've got X Factor. You know, it's like there's a lot.
Yeah.
Like there is a lot that they could do, and then now also let's not forget also Marvel. You know, doing this thing with Fox. Oh, look. We just so happen to have Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and you just happen to have Magneto.
Yep.
And that's another bridge you cross between the Avengers and the X-Men. Because it's comic book movies, let's face it, Quicksilver can be brought back anymore.
Well, I mean, on a technicality, even though the Disney Marvel's Quicksilver died, you know, the other one's still alive.
Yeah, they have the other one. Yeah, they still have the other one. So it's like...
Time travel! He's really not dead.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
That Speed Force thing is just everywhere.
Yeah.
But, no, it's like, there's a lot they can do here now. And it's just, it's going to be amazing to see. But, like, I'm really curious to see if they're going to put their hands in the pot for this Dark Phoenix thing and they're going to go, okay, hold on. Before you go forward to this, it doesn't matter how great you're saying it is, we need to see this. We need to see what you got going on. Because I'm sure that's what they did with the Spider-Man movie, too. Spider-Man Homecoming. Once that all worked out, it's like, okay, let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got. And right now, that's the thing. You gotta let Disney put their hands in the pot because it's working. Look what, again, I mean, some people, the biggest complaint I heard from Spider-Man Homecoming, it felt more like Spider-Man was a sidekick and it was all about Iron Man. But it's like, you needed that. Iron Man was there to pull in you gotta remember, the Spider-Man franchise burned fans so much that people were turned off by it.
Yeah.
So, the inclusion of Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Iron Man, however you want to look at it, just made people go, I want to see it because of so-and-so, but then when they sat down and they watched it because of so-and-so, it was like, okay, this movie was fucking great.
Yeah.
You know, you needed a hook.
Yeah.
You needed a way to pull the people in, and then it wasn't like he was through in the whole film.
No.
But he was a solid character in the film that was important, but he wasn't in the whole film. I wouldn't even say he was in half the film. You know? So, again, they've been doing an excellent job with it. And I can't wait to see what else they're going to roll out with this now and how it is going to affect things.
I know. Who'd have ever thought?
I know. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yep, Jeffrey, Eakin, you joined in a little late on that, I think. Basically, what's going on with the Fantastic Four series, it's tentative. Fox owns the distribution rights to Fantastic Four. They actually do not own Fantastic Four. That is owned by a co-producer that Fox works with called Constantine Productions. They technically own Fantastic Four. So this is a whole other deal that's somewhere, I guess along the lines we'll find out more how Disney's going to work this out. But Fox was only, again, co-produced and owned distribution, but not the actual franchise. Henceforth, why Disney has not come forward and said, hey, we have Fantastic Four. They have. That's the one franchise that have not solidly said they have.
If Fox was in charge of distribution, why didn't they just say, stop, don't release that?
Yeah, we're not putting our money to release this thing.
Don't release any of that. Go back and fix that shit. Why didn't they just do... They should have stopped it when they heard the word Jessica Alba. Just don't.
Yes.
Wait a second.
Eakin's reaction was great to it. He went, well, damn. Yeah.
That's a butt. They're drawing butts on
That's
TV.
That's not a butt. That's from the 50 Great American Tale. Thank you.
That's
Jesus
a
Christ.
butt.
The mouse.
They're drawing butts on TV.
They're not drawing butts. Sorry, VH. We're just distracted by the VH1 Classic.
MTV Classic.
MTV, whichever. Music, videos. It's Fievel.
How is that Fievel? It looked like a butt.
It's Fievel. Oh my God. Anyway, we're way off topic here. So, I mean, what other like things are you guys potentially seeing out of this?
What like what
Anything? Like, what do you see coming out of this thing, or what are you hoping to see? Like, anything? Well, Disney, let's not forget, also has, they have little other working deals as well with video game franchises, too. Again, we gotta look beyond the movies as well.
Yeah.
And Lord knows the comic book movie genre in video games has never been the greatest.
Yeah, the track record isn't so
The
good.
track record is not that great. The Wolverine one was good. The problem with that one, it was short. Deadpool, too. Deadpool was short. I finished Deadpool in like 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Highly anticipated, and it was a 5-hour game. But it's just like, there's just a lot to be done. Now, on the other aspect of things, really quick, just tossing this out there, because we're talking about Marvel and everything like that. Apparently, it was announced that Marvel actually is dropping a couple of titles from their comic franchises, and one was a bit of confusion. Right. Apparently, the Iceman comic is getting dropped. Gwenpool is getting dropped. Announced as of Wednesday, which had people in an uproar because it was confusion. It was announced that Marvel was dropping Luke Cage, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I love it!" They were not the television series, the comic book series. They're actually dropping Luke Cage, the comic book series, as well as a couple of other titles that they have mentioned. I forgot, can't remember, but those are like the three main ones.
Like Hawkeye and something.
Yes, yeah. Hawkeye is one of them. They're dropping as well, which they were kind of they're letting Hawkeye go, which I'm actually relatively surprised because. It seems like Jeremy Renner's going to be kind of like a little bit of more of a force in this one. And I can see, as you had mentioned, spawning off into the West Coast Avengers, giving the regular Avengers, obviously, a break. Mm-hmm. So it's like, do you really want to do that right now? Like, is this like the franchise you want, one of the comics you want to drop right now?
Well, that's the thing when it comes to, speaking from the Once Upon a Time work that a comic book shop place, a lot of the standalone character comic books don't fare as well simply because while they have their own standalone, they're also in like 2 or 3 other comic books. Mm-hmm. And none of them really coincide. The only standalone character comic books that ever really succeeded were backstories or like a story that is just so different. Mm-hmm. It grabs you, like the whole Magneto story that had come out when he was a kid and he was involved in the World War II. Mm-hmm. But like otherwise, they don't fare very well at all. Yeah.
Now the other question is because DC has stepped forward and people behind their films have stepped forward that their big news drop today was apparently Gotham Sirens is finally officially moving forward, and it is happening, which has some people excited and everything like that, because of some character. But does this merger actually pretty much put the nail in the coffin for the Disney Warner Brother movies? For the DC Warner Brother movies, sorry.
Oh.
Like this, because
yeah.
Because everybody's, a lot of people, were amped for Justice League mostly because Momoa looked badass, let's face it. Shazam is getting into production, getting started and getting rolling, they're still casting and everything like that. But is there a huge following for Shazam?
See, I think...
Isn't The Rock going to play him?
No, The Rock is playing a villain, but apparently, even though he's playing Shazam's main villain, he may not even be in Shazam. He might be in another film altogether.
See, I think what it is, and what it looks like at least, I can only speak for myself, and I'm sure maybe some people would agree, is that when it comes to the DC cinematic universe, there have been so many promises. We're going to make this, we're going to make that, we're going to do this, and you get pumped for it, like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And then, all within the same week that they say that, oh, well, this is getting canned, we're doing this instead, oh, this is our lead, oh, wait, no, we have another new lead, oh, Ben Affleck wants to play Batman, Ben Affleck doesn't want to play Batman, Ben Affleck loves Batman, Ben Affleck is stepping down, Ben Affleck,
and apparently,
you see what I mean?
there is another Ben Affleck story this week, because apparently he's like, if the script is right, he wouldn't mind directing Batman again.
But this is what I mean.
It's all over the place.
When it comes to the DC cinematic universe, you kind of feel like you're in a toxic relationship and your boyfriend is just gaslighting you constantly, and you're just like made the one to feel crazy.
Like, can you make up your fucking mind?
Yeah, and it's like I think that's the part that's kind of slowing down the speed of everything DC, and it's kind of what's what making fans go,